All right, folks. We are now, after practicing shading and practicing using our ebony pencils, we're going to do one more practice before we move into our final objects. And we are going to go to the page where we were practicing shapes. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to practice these shapes in different ways. So the first thing I want you to do, and you can see I already kind of did this because I was doing a demo earlier today, is that you're going to pick multiple directions for the light to come from. So this one is coming from top, this one's coming from side. And if the light is coming from this direction, or let's do the side one. If the light is coming from this direction, then where would our core shadow be? So start just like the videos we've watched. You're going to start with that core shadow. You're going to use the side of the pencil and practice pressure control. Remember that part of the reason for this is to practice using these ebony pencils and making sure that they get that whole range of value that they're able to get. So now I'm going in and I'm adding my light shade by pressing very lightly. I'm using the side of my pencil so I don't get too many scribble marks. And now I'm going over it again and making it a little darker, making that core shadow a little darker. Remember that I'm leaving this little space here slightly lighter because it's going to get some of the reflected light from down here. A little darker core shadow here, making sure that there are no hard lines because it's a sphere. There we go, making that edge nice and smooth. Now if the light is coming this way, my shadow is going to be going pretty long this way. It's going to be darker underneath the object. Oops, I got a little too dark over there. So I'm going to go grab one of my erasers. And I am going to erase where I got it a little too dark. So if you find that you're getting too dark, you can go in with the eraser and erase it out. Because it should get dark right underneath, and it should slowly fade out. All right, so you're going to do that for all 5 of your spheres. Then you're going to come to your cylinders. You're going to do the same thing. So this one I'm coming at the light from this way. This one I might come from right above. This one I might come from over here. So I'm picking my arrows, picking my light. Now if my light is coming here, where's my core shadow going to be? It's going to be over here. Once again, I'm starting with that core shadow. I'm leaving that reflected light space right at the edge. I'm getting the kind of medium tone over here. I'm going in different directions so that I don't get lines. Oops, I got a little too dark. I forgot to leave my highlight, so I'm going in and erasing it. Getting that core shadow a little darker. Remember that a cylinder shades slightly differently than a sphere. So that's one of the reasons why we're practicing this. Each of these shapes shades differently. Now, if the light is coming from above, the top of this sphere, or the top of the cylinder, is going to be pretty light. It's going to go all the way up there. All right. So you've got your second shape. Oh, and if my light's coming that way, there's my occlusion shadow and my cast shadow. If you notice, like this shadow is going into this object, I'm just going to stop it before it hits that object so that my shadows don't overlap. There we go. Shape. Do the same with all your cylinders. Now I left prisms for last because prisms are different. Prisms are not round. So unlike the other ones where you're gradually going from one shade to another and you don't want any hard lines, no hard lines. No hard lines. Prisms are different. They have hard lines. And shading 2-sided and 3-sided are going to be a little different. I'm going to do the 3-sided. So I've got my light. If my light is coming from this direction, this whole side is going to be the same value. And it's going to be very light. So see how I put very lightly with the pencil. Now, if the light is coming from this direction, this side is going to be medium. So I'm trying to get a medium value out of that pencil. I'm trying to keep that, see how I'm going from edge to edge so that I don't get scribble marks in the middle. And I've got that medium value. The light's coming from this direction, this side is going to be dark. I am trying to get the darkest value I can get. And we can get pretty dark with these ebony pencils. This whole side should be the same value. There should be hard lines where those values touch. And those values touch should be right along the lines that you drew before. Now if the light's coming this way, our shadow's coming this way. It's going to be darker right by the object, and it's going to fade out, just like our other shadow, cast shadows. All right. A two-sided, make sure when you're picking a two-sided that you're kind of picking one of the two directions. Like if you have it coming straight down, it's going to be a little trickier. If you have a two-sided, kind of pick one side or the other. And the same way, this side is going to be light. So I'm practicing my pressure control. I'm trying to keep my lights. And then this side is going to be dark. So when you're doing the two-sided, one side should probably be light, one side should be dark or medium. All right. So, and then we got to add, and this one can't have a huge shadow because I'm going to run into this one. You'll notice that I'm not shading my triangles. Now is also the time where if you haven't done this already, you